Greetings and welcome to the Prime Directive. I'm your host, Jeffico, and my co-host is always Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hello.
So, Chris, Lower Deck, Season 2, Episode 8.
Yep.
What'd you think?
I thought this was a pretty good one. I don't think I liked it quite as much as the others, but, I'm always down for just more goddamn references.
When we get to the simulators, my complaint is that each one was so short.
Yes.
I would have liked to have spent a little bit more time doing them, because this is like, hey, let's hit a dozen references.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hit 6 and spend a little more time on them.
Yeah.
Because there's more jokes you can mine from those, and now you can't go back because you just did them.
Yes. What I really appreciated about the Old West one in particular, that they just showed you it was a cardboard set. Like, the simulator didn't even bother simulating a Wild West town. It simulated a cardboard set of a Wild West town.
Also, it totally looked like Deanna when she was in that Old West episode.
Oh, yeah. I
was like, is that Deanna? No, it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
As captain, you must survive a lawless frontier town in Earth's 19th century. But beware, for you are a wanted man.
Yeah, I get it. Trapped in cowboy land. It's a Starfleet classic. Yeehaw!
The episode starts out with the Cerritos receiving multiple distress calls, and then they leave everybody on that satellite spacewalk.
Yep. 6 hours.
Yeah. Do we have enough air?
Who knows?
Then they're, like, practically frozen.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they're Packlets. They can't live like that.
No.
A view like this makes you realize it doesn't matter what deck you work on. We're all in it together. And they left us.
They get a Starfleet instructor that's going to run them through drills, Shar Yem Yem.
Mm-hmm.
And her...
Also a new species.
Yeah. She would not exist in any other show.
No. No. It's...
Not with detachable body parts like that.
Yeah, it's always fun when you're dealing with animation that, like, any idea you want to do costs the same as any other idea, more or less, so you get wilder stuff.
Yeah. So they all go in these little pods, and for a second I thought it was Remington that was rushing him, because the guy looked like Remington.
He blew up real good, though.
Yeah, I guess no head. But, they can fix anything in the future, can't they?
I guess.
Nothing a little lung regeneration can't heal. Don't complain about that. So yeah, we got Mirror Universe Mariner.
Yeah, she fucked it up with the left hand. But I did appreciate the little, like, Shaxs test. Is like, I dare do that. Oh yeah, just checking.
Yeah, it hits him back.
Old Mirror Universe.
This is where it really started to take a good turn for the references, was Tendi getting the Worf treatment.
Yes, and
Chief Medical Officer.
Yeah, it's just like, you have to kill the Klingon immediately, and I'm like, is that how we solved that episode?
I'm pretty sure that's not the Starfleet way either.
Yeah, I don't think we did that. But I did appreciate, because, like, Worf was there because he got bonked by an empty crate, and later we see Shaxs in the simulator also get bonked by an empty crate, but he was fine. So I felt like that was a reference to.
Yeah, when the command crew's trying to stack up crates, because that's the lower deck job, and people are coming in and be like, oh, we're under attack, and we're like, what's going on? Can't tell you. Just keep stacking crates.
Yeah, they also stacked the crates wrong.
Yeah.
Like, they're hexagons, they fit together, and they didn't stack them right, and I was like, oh, you're not doing the job properly, guys.
Amateur hour.
Remember. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all lining the bunks going like, this is great. Like, no responsibilities, and all red alert goes. Can't handle it. Sam gets Spock treatment.
Yeah.
And like, why didn't he have Scotty gloves?
Well,
and also, Spock went in there, not Scotty.
Yeah, right. Also, this seems to be like the first indication that maybe there is something wrong with the safeties on these.
Yeah.
Because he's, like, getting burned and damaged. Like, there's a pain response going on there. And we see later with Brad that there's some fucked up shit that can happen to you in these holopods. So I'm not sure exactly what they were going for with that. Or maybe that was part of her trying to fuck with them. Like, she had the safeties on maybe a lower setting than she should have.
Well, she said they were all rigged to fail, which that's probably one of the things, because, I mean, if you go back to the actual Spock thing, like, he puts his hand against the glass, and he's not complaining.
Yeah, it wasn't burning him until he got in there.
Yeah.
Wow, this really shouldn't be that hard.
Shut up, Ensign. Wait. Got it.
Boimler on the Borg ship was great.
Yes.
It's just like, 74%. No, again.
So I thought they were going for a thing with Boimler where it's just like, how would you do in this, person who has seen every episode of Star Trek? Because that was sort of Boimler's thing. He's like, oh, I've read everything about this. We're going to and we're going to open up the Borg drawer with the babies, which is, I think, the first time we've seen the baby drawer since the first time.
Yeah,
they
since
sort
TNG.
of abandoned that fairly early. I think Seven did mention it once in Voyager. She was at like a cocktail party trying to learn how to make conversation, and I think there was something about the baby drawer.
I love that Brad did like exactly what I would have done right at the start. Be like, shoot, oh, not working, throw.
yeah, we know how this works.
Like, you could do a phaser overload, but like throwing it at the Borg's face, totally my move.
That's fine. Lower Decks seems like the only the only show that's willing to answer what happens if you use projectile weaponry against Borg.
Yeah.
Like, I guess they have force fields, but like, can you shotgun a Borg? I don't know. I feel like we're gonna learn.
I would think you can. I mean, Tommy gun it.
Yeah, right?
We've seen that.
We've seen that.
Take off your holodeck safeties.
You will be assimilated.
Can't have that. All right, can't adjust the frequency anymore. Yoink!
Yeah, Mariner does naked time.
Mm-hmm. That was explicit.
There were some terrible things I didn't want to see. And then there was one thing I did want to see.
Oh, I think I know what you wanted to
Jennifer
see,
and Barnes making out.
There you go.
I'm just like, wow. Like, I feel like Mike McMahon watches our show and he's just like, all right.
Here's
like,
something for
Jeff's
Jeff.
kind of sad and pathetic, but we're going to give him this joke here.
This one's for you,
Yeah,
Jeff.
this one goes out to you, buddy.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I was watching this. I'm like, this is a lot. This is a lot. Oh, Jeff's going to love that. Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah. Brad, I'm not
go.
even going to say.
Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all.
It was so great every time we went back to see Boimler in there, and it's just like, he's at like 94%. He's like, how did you get a distress signal call out to us? Never mind that. Pushes the button, got the babies with him.
We got your signal. How were you able to fly?
94%.
Again.
The worst was when he was at 100%, and he's just about to complete. He's like, oh, I taught the Borg Queen empathy.
You know, I beat her at chess. That was part of this. That was part of it.
Yeah.
I had to do it.
Only he would figure out how to beat a rigged thing.
Yeah, right.
Because of his detail. But, yeah, we find out Shar Yem Yem has got it all rigged. Captain's just like sitting there in the rec call with Boimler or Beckett and going like, oh, look, everybody's getting along. I think that's what this was meant to do. Bring us together.
Which would be the normal kind of Star Trek episode, result. But we're not doing that today.
We got an evil drill instructor who basically these drills don't do anything because everybody passes them 100% on all the other ships.
Yeah.
And so she figured, I'd rig it, and this crappier ship, we're going to get them to do it.
Yeah.
And they'll fail, and then my job is validated. Mm-hmm. But no. They
not today.
Yeah, they get Brad to prolong it till his percentage goes down to 8.
But it was 100. We know it was 100%.
Yeah.
We know it was.
Yeah. I'm very proud of him. I know he's an animated character, but way to go.
This is why Boimler's number 2 behind O'Brien for all-time Starfleet officers.
Really?
You remember that?
I remember O'Brien.
Yeah, they were talking about Boimler first, and then they were like, and now the most important Starfleet officer of all time. Well, I guess not an officer, Starfleet enlisted.
I do this kind of work every day. You gonna give us a passing grade? Or are we just gonna keep seeking out dangerous situations for you to see up close?
Yeah, so they get Brad to prolong it, and they basically stare Shar Yem Yem out into the crystal identity field.
Yeah. This was the Janeway method, right? They're just like, I'm going to do something insane until you leave my ship.
I wasn't sure if that was like a simulation or not, but I think, like you said, they were just exaggerating it.
It seemed like it was implied at the end that they were making it look more dangerous than it actually was because Rutherford could just, okay, stop the spin now, and they did. So, yeah, I guess...
That's just a regular black hole.
Yeah, I guess they were just banking on her not actually knowing what was actually dangerous out there, but I guess they could have done a better job making it more explicit that was what they did, because it was a little confusing.
Yeah.
The crew owes you a debt of gratitude.
I was assimilated. They put implants on my
Ear is where they put the implants, right in your ear. Come on, pal.
This episode ends with the captain giving the lower deck crew better replicators.
Wow. Which doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Well, yeah. We can only replicate one slice at a time.
Sure. I mean, you could have bigger replicator, yeah. So you could, there would be space for a whole pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everybody's laughing at the end like a classic Star Trek, and then there's Brad just looks like, I'm in so much pain.
They took everything from me.
Yeah.
So, yes, funny, but I'm really concerned about what these holopods were capable of. Why was it even possible to get honest to God, assimilated in the holopod.
Ooh, kind of tickles.
A remarkable creature. Your design very nearly passes as human.
I am human?
I like that they had the Borg Queen there. They're referencing First Contact.
And they brought the original
human?
actress back. Yeah.
Yeah, Alice Krige. Why is she not back in Picard then? That's my question.
I don't know, but well, they were doing the scene with Data, so it made sense that they got the same actress.
Yeah.
If they're gonna do that scene, you might as well go for it.
Well, I mean, we'll watch season 2 Picard and see what we think, but maybe Mike McMahon should be writing season 2 Picard. Cut down on the jokes. A little more Star Trek-y. I might be behind this.
No, you can
Clearly,
see.
he is a fan of it. So.
It's working great so far.
Yeah. So any final thoughts on this one?
Final thought, I did think it was good. We did touch just very briefly at the end there on that little fan conspiracy theory that Boimler's not actually human. So I don't know where that's going to go, but I can't tell if that was a joke or just like a wink at those conspiracy theories or if we're actually going somewhere.
You mean from the transporter split?
No, just like even in season 1 there was like a fan theory that Boimler wasn't 100% human. And then so the Queen's just like, wow, you're human? That's not right. So I don't know.
Yeah, I hope we pick up on some of these threads down the road, like the transporter one still. I want to see what happens with evil Boimler.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope that just doesn't get dropped. All right, Mike? I know you're watching.
Wait, did you just salute me with your left hand? Our mariner is right-handed!
No, I strained this shoulder, flogging a Vulcan.
Get her!
I enjoyed this episode. I had a lot of fun with it. I don't think there's been any episodes I've been too down on this season.
Yeah.
Keep going. It's been great. Well, as always, guys, thanks for watching. See you next week.